The bombs over Mariupol drop both day and night. This is as close as we can get to the hell unfolding there. But on the ground, brave civilians are risking their lives to send pictures to the outside world. 780 evacuees from Mariupol arrived in the western city of Lviv earlier. Their stories now one of the few ways for the world to learn the horrors unfolding there. Alina managed to escape 5 days ago.
There are lots of people in Mariupol now. You cannot even imagine how many children are there. There was a 6-day-old and a 3-month-old children in the shelters. There are so many of them. In the neighboring house, 2 little girls became orphans and just watched their father dying, and the neighbors took them in. They are still in Mariupol because they cannot leave.
Alina only learned her apartment had been bombed after seeing this image online. The 4th floor from the top was her home until a few days ago. Lviv's train stations are packed with families who fled fighting. Each has a story of sadness and suffering. Alana and her little boy are here from Kiev, clutching his deflated football. They're trying to reach relatives near Dnipro.
There were bombings. It was very loud. We saw and heard shootings on the streets. A bus with army cadets was shot at. My son couldn't bear it anymore emotionally. He couldn't sleep at nights. That's why we left.
Denis is a reminder dangers have reached the west of Ukraine too. Injured in the attack at the military base just 15 miles from the Polish border. Bombed by Russia a little over a week ago. He temporarily lost his sight after the attack.
A lot of people died, but we are still alive. As for my injuries, I have a fracture of the facial bone, shattered elbow and jaw, and some bruises.
So many here are getting on trains with little idea of a plan beyond survival. 10 million people in Ukraine have been made homeless since the start of this war, leaving with the precious few things that they can carry, but also bearing the stories of the horrors unfolding in the cities that they're fleeing. The people escaping Mariupol is one of the few ways now that the world can learn what's happening in their city. New satellite images show the theatre in Mariupol surrounded by burning buildings. Rescue workers still unable to reach 1,000 civilians thought to be trapped under its rubble.
The most frightening thing is that the world will forget about Mariupol, that they would talk about us for a day, 2 days, and then Mariupol citizens will be just dying there in the basements.
She's escaped with a message from Mariupol. Don't forget about us. Sally Lockwood, Sky News, Lviv in western Ukraine.